Look, for those of you who have not seen Pose yet, you need to get into it. And I know a lot of y'all may be thinking, oh, I'm not gay, I can't relate to the gay experience show. This show is relatable to everybody. This is my first Pose review. I've been watching Pose the whole time. I just haven't came in here and talked to y'all about it because I'm still like actually gagging that there's something on TV that I can finally relate to. This episode of Pose was everything. It was nothing short of everything. Like, it was gag after gag. Like, it was just like I'm appalled. Like, I don't even know where to start with this review. Bitch. Y'all. Where do I start? Okay. Let me get my shit together. So we open up the scene and I'm not even gonna go in order. This episode was so good, I'm not even gonna go in order. So we open up the episode and Blanca happens to come across Poppy's pager. And so Poppy comes back in, she asks him does he do drugs or whatever, so he says no. So we find out later on in the episode that he actually does do drugs. Blanca kicks him out. And what really tripped me out was the fact that when he got kicked out and he went to stay with whoever that guy was, and I was like, we got a taste of the drug scene that how it started to happen. And when the guy was like, ain't nobody really doing trees or grass or whatever he said like that. He was like, this is where it's at now. And then he told Poppy, he said, yeah, but don't you do it because once it gets in your system, there's no getting it out. And I was like, wow. Like, you can actually tell that they actually sat down with people from this time who actually watched this shit happen. Like, it's not like, oh, this unbelievable. It's like, damn, like, this is really how shit was happening. It actually takes me back. It actually makes you feel like you're going back in time. Another point I did want to make about Poppy, when he got Blanca together and he said, you coming at me for selling drugs, but you not coming at Angel for selling her body. And I totally agree with what he was saying, even though, you know, definitely what Poppy is doing is illegal. I don't think one is greater than the other. They both are out here, you know, and she tried to make it a even thing about, no, she's a trans girl and the trans girls got to do what they got to do. And yeah, that may be true, but he's trying to make a living for what he's doing. If you're gonna, and he was right, if you're gonna come at me, you need to come at her too. Electra going down there with Law and Order. I don't know his name on the show. She went to meet up with Law and Order with her with the sex change or whatever, and he was not here for it. Absolutely not. He was not here for it in any way, shape, or form. And he was like, no, I'm out of here. He was like, I love you or whatever. He got, bitch. Oh, girl, excuse me, y'all. He got the hell out of there. He got out of that room, and then Electra had to go back to her apartment, and then that was crazy. This episode right here was just everything. Like, it was just like like, soon as you got over one thing, the next thing was happening, then the next thing was happening, then the next thing was happening, and it was like, what the fuck is really going on? Ricky telling Blanca that Poppy was doing drugs or selling drugs, not doing them, but selling drugs. I get why he did it. I don't think that Blanca should have been so tough on them about that, but because she was kind of like, oh, if y'all don't tell me, then I'm kicking all of y'all out or whatever. And it was like, why? Because he's the one that's doing it. We gonna get on Blanca and Poppy though, because that was interesting how they closed the episode out. It was very touching when when Blanca went to go when she went to go meet him and found out about him doing she found out about him selling the drugs, and she says this is the worst as it can get. He said that he was like, it can't get no worse than this. I'm already at the bottom. He was like, I'm 20 something years old with an 8th grade education. How worse can my life get? And it just takes you like, damn, like motherfuckers on the street, 8th grade education, and he out here selling drugs, and he was talking shit. He was like, you ain't my mom. And then Blanca was like, I want your shit out. Ooh. Y'all don't know why I keep yawning, but she was like, I want your shit out. And then Poppy realized what he had just said and what really happened, and he was like, oh shit. And then he started crying, and that was touching, because it just goes to show you that all of them, even though he's not gay, the same thing applies to him. He doesn't have a family. He has his family kicked him out as well, and it wasn't because he was gay. I don't know Poppy's story. I would love to hear about his story. I guess we're gonna get Poppy's story probably next season, because Pose, I don't know if y'all know, but Pose got renewed for a 2nd season. What the hell going on with my light, child? Anyways, Pose got renewed for a 2nd season. Angel and Stan, I think his name is. No, Stan was the boss's name. Anyways, we're gonna call him Stan. The man she's sleeping with or whatever. I thought he was gonna leave Angel. I don't know what him and Angel got going on. He loves him some Angel. Well, he did, but we're gonna talk about that too. Elektra, you better figure out if you could get a pussy refund, girl. You know how Kanye said pay your pussy bill? You might need to figure out if you can go take the receipt back and see if you can pull that pussy back out. Cause that pussy is not the best thing happening to you, girl. Them men's them men's that you like, they like chicks with dicks. Yeah, you wanted it to feel whole, but your coin stopped coming in, girl. You should have thought about that a little bit better before you did that. You should have went on some more dates before you got your pussy, before you got this pussy. And then you should have been like, oh, well, if I go do this to all the men's. And then you went on a date with the other guy, and he was like, he wasn't with the shits either. Now all your coins about to be fucked up. And then you had to go down there and dance on the peep show with the rest of the girls. And it's just that right there was a touching moment as well, because it was like, damn, you try to put yourself on this pedestal to all of these girls, and now you got to do the same thing as them. Your children that was in the house, they jumped ship even before your shit got put out on the street. They was like, no, not me, no ma'am. I'm pretty girl and Candy when they got them a Skyrock apartment, and yeah, they left your ass high and dry. High and motherfucking dry. Yeah. I was gonna make a point. Angel. So while Angel was living at the apartment, was she still staying at Blanca's house or whatever? Because I didn't understand why she kept going back and forth. we're gonna talk about Angel too. Blanca walking and talking with the dance teacher was a really, really, really good feel moment. I felt like it was good for her to talk to somebody who is older, who has the experience, and who it was touching when the dance teacher was like, I might not be the right person for you to talk to because I'm not a real mom. And basically what Blanca was saying, it doesn't matter. You got dance students who look up to you, and I'm trying to make my house children look up to me the way that your dance students look up to you. And that was touching too, for that woman gave her that advice. Stan coming to the ball with Angel. He was amazed by everything that was going on. He was not here for it. Then Angel walked away. Angel, you inexperienced because you don't never leave your man around hoes. I didn't see Angel. You beautiful, you got it going on, but girl, you ain't seasoned, girl. You got to get a little bit more seasoned than that, baby. You know not to leave your man around these hoes. Because then that other girl was like, oh, when you get tired of Miss Angel, come and see me. You don't never leave your man around these girls. But I guess you didn't know that back then. He just wasn't feeling the ball, and then y'all left. Angel, you did win a trophy, and he was like, yeah, I don't really think this scene is for me. I love you. And Angel was like, well, maybe we don't have to do the scene or whatever. You can just stay home and we can do everything else. He was like, yeah. I don't even know what exactly did he tell Angel when they sat down, because I think I had zoned out at that point. I was so amazed by what was going on. He had to tell her that the lifestyle wasn't for him, because he moved all of the shit out of the apartment. I don't know what's gonna happen with Angel and Stan. Like, that was, I really don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we open up season 2 and we hear Angel had a suicidal attempt. She strikes me as the type that would do something like that. She's very on the edge and doesn't know what's going on, so that would not shock me. Yeah, so now Elektra and Angel are back on the streets, and so Blanca goes to meet up with Poppy. Poppy tells Blanca, like, you know, you really kicked me out on the streets, and then the other girls show up and they have inducted Poppy into their house. That shit right there, I was like, whoa. That's when my mouth dropped, casket dropped. Bitch, I was like, what? What just happened? And Blanca is absolutely right. They only did it to get back at Blanca. That's what it was about. Oh, I'm gonna gag you. And it was like, Blanca told the other girl, she was like, I thought we were cool. And the girl was like, I don't owe you anything. That's how cutthroat this shit is. Like, that's how it is. Like, damn, that shit was crazy. Like, they went and inducted Poppy into their house, and I was like, damn, y'all didn't waste no time getting that boy in the house. But that's how it is. This episode of Pose was everything. It was nothing short of everything. I got my whole entire life. Season finale is next week, and it look like that is gonna be good. I hope it's gonna be 2 hours. It's gonna be sad to see Pose go off. What episode are we on now? Episode 8? So it got 9 episodes. I didn't even think it was gonna get that many episodes. We're getting a season 2, so I guess y'all are watching. I encourage anybody who hasn't seen it, sit down one day and watch it, and I promise you, you will love it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, just because you're not gay, I'm sure you know somebody gay. If you don't understand the lifestyle, the experience, watch this show. But that's all I got for Pose, y'all. Drop down in the comments and let me know, what did you guys think about tonight's episode. Bye.